Hello and good evening. Welcome to this webinar for the GLOBIT Wealth Academy. Today, of course, is Tuesday. It's the 3rd of March 2020. And I'd like to give a special welcome for those people who might be viewing this webinar for the first time. This webinar today, we have quite a number of people from Iceland, so welcome to those people from Iceland. Whether you're an existing member or maybe you might be looking at this for the first time, fantastic. We hold these webinars 3 times a week, which is Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, 7 o'clock UK time. And for your information, my name is Malcolm Pennington and I'm the owner and the founder of GLOBIT Wealth Academy. And if you are viewing this for the first time, perhaps you might have been mentioned that it's possible to create passive income. Passive income is the new buzzword on the internet. For many years now, people have wanted to create income online, and that's for obvious reasons. We're living in a world of technology. The internet has started to dominate everyone's lives, and it's the fashionable way to create a living, because it has least operating costs, and we can do business around the world 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But of course, the challenge, and every business has a challenge, the challenge and the problem with doing business online is the fact that most people haven't got the understanding and the marketing skills to make a business online, and perhaps they haven't got the time either to understand what making business online is all about. You know, in reality, and we all know what it's like, most people want to create income today, and most people are not interested in creating income this time next year. They want income as quickly as possible. In reality, most people want income for the least amount of effort. Most people want income for the least amount of responsibility and risk. And I think, personally speaking, we've got the finest business opportunity online today. And in my, what is it now, 20 years now perhaps of being around the internet, I think we've got perhaps what I believe is the best business opportunity I've ever seen online. And hopefully you'll come to the same conclusion when you understand a little bit more about how this business works. So this presentation has no fixed format. I like to have a casual approach to my webinars. That means that they all have a bit of a style of their own. I don't follow a presentation. I do have a PowerPoint presentation that I've created, but I don't typically use it. And this is an opportunity for you to get to know the owner, the founder, the CEO of the company, which is me. Because many times when people join an online business, they don't have a chance to speak to the owner. In reality, they don't know who the owner is, and they don't really understand what the business is all about either. So I believe in transparency. I believe in explaining what this simple business is all about to make people feel comfortable. And so, of course, people can move forward. And I do believe as well that, of course, many people, when they first hear about this business, believe it sounds too good to be true. And that's understandable. And I talk a lot about something I call the 3 C's. The first C is, we'll all be familiar with this, is we might be curious. We might be curious when we hear that we can create passive income, and that we can create passive income simply with a mobile phone, and that this passive income requires no skills, no knowledge, and no understanding. You know, that's going to create curiosity with most people. And that's really all we can expect. And what our responsibility is, as an introducer of new people, is to allow that new person to get their questions answered, and for that new person to take out what we call a 15-day trial. That's right, we offer a 15-day trial. Why not try before you commit? And what you can do, you can take out this 15-day trial. It works out at just £15, which is £1 a day. And this 15-day trial is going to allow you to have what we call a demo account with a broker that we work with. And this broker is called BD Swiss. They have won numerous awards. They're highly regulated, extremely professional. They offer customer support in 25 different languages. And I personally chose BD Swiss because of their professionalism and because of their reputation. And that's the first thing that we need to do if we trade in the financial markets. We need to have an account with a good broker. And there's no doubt about it, BD Swiss is an exceptional broker. So for £15, you can actually register an account with BD Swiss, and we'll show you how to do that. And you can have what we call a demo account. Now, a demo account is like a real trading platform, but it actually provides you with £10,000 or €10,000 or $10,000 of virtual currency. And that means that you can practice trading these markets and with zero risk. It's really designed so that you can learn some of the skills of trading. But when we talk about the skills of trading, I want to just elaborate a little bit. Because when I started this business, and I created the name of the business, which is GLOBIT Wealth Academy, I believed that the way forward was to teach people the skills of trading. And I've since realized that that's, first of all, not very practical, because teaching people to trade is something you can't teach in 5 minutes or even 5 weeks for that matter. There's a lot of aspects go into successful trading that you really can't teach. So that's what I thought initially, that it was all about teaching people how to trade. And we started off by sending out what we call trading signals. Now, a signal is something which comes through on your phone. We use an application called Telegram. Many of you will be familiar with what Telegram is, but it's a free application you can download onto your phone. And our members were receiving these signals both on the DAX, which is the German index, and also the Dow. And I have a history of trading these markets. I've had an interest in the financial markets for, I don't know, 20 years or more than probably 30 years actually. I've lived in Spain 21 years and I was doing the financial markets 15, 20 years before that. So my interest in the financial markets goes back many years, but it was only about 18 months ago when I decided to create a business out of this. And so, as I'm saying, we started sending out, or I started sending out these trading signals to our members. And these trading signals, typically, if you speak to our members, you'll find that 85% or more of these signals do actually produce profit. But the downside was that many of these signals were not being placed on anyone's account simply because people were either busy driving, working, sleeping, or they had maybe the phone was switched off, or some reason why they were not able to implement those trades on their account. So therefore, it was a great system, but it wasn't a perfect system. So what I then decided, quite recently in fact, was to introduce what we call a robotic copy trading service. And we introduced this on the 10th of February. So literally about 2 to 3 weeks ago. And this sounds technical, it sounds complicated, but it's a wonderful system. It allows me to trade as normal on what I call my master account. And I trade typically in the morning, 5 days a week, always start at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. That's right, 8 o'clock. And I'm often finished by about 10 o'clock. So I only work trading these markets for about 2 hours. Sometimes it might be a little bit more. But within those 2 hours, I can typically place 10 or 12 trades. And it's not unusual for me to win all of those. I win 80% of my trades. What am I doing? I expect my trade to be profitable. That's the way on my account. My master accounts. Actually, my master also people's demo accounts. So you can and see.
Malcolm, you're breaking up, Malcolm. No one can hear you.
Well, there's no reason why not.
I don't know what's happening. It's not me, it's other people as well, Malcolm. Just so you know.
Right. Just let me know about that, Ron, as we move forward, because
okay now.
You're okay now. You're fine now, Malcolm.
Maybe I'm forgetting to sort of address the microphone. The microphones. I've got a microphone this big, but sometimes we take things for granted. So hopefully you can hear me now. But thanks for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm saying that I start trading at 8 o'clock. I'm normally finished by 10 o'clock, and I would expect 80% or so of my trades to be profitable. And what we'll have to do with this trial is to have their demo accounts traded with this robotic copy trading service. So the trading with virtual currency, there's physically no risk whatsoever, apart from a 15-day, £15 trial. And at any time, whether they want to upgrade immediately, or they want to upgrade after a few days or after 15 days, it's entirely up to them. But people can then choose to have their live account traded with this robotic copy trading system, as opposed to their demo account. So originally, they were having this 15-day trial where they had to place those signals, but now on the 15-day trial, they can have their demo account traded with this robotic copy trading service. So obviously after a few days, they can see for themselves how many times their account gets traded, and typically how much on a daily basis are they going to be making. And it's for them to decide, do they want to upgrade and pay an additional £135 to have their account, their live account that is, traded with this robotic system. And that's really how it works. So during the course of this webinar, you'll be able to speak to some of our existing members. They'll be able to give you physical proof about how much they've been earning from using this system. And as I say, we started this robotic system on the 10th of February. And we hit a few technical challenges, which is not surprising. With technology, there's bound to be a few little hurdles. But I have been saying to people, this is going to be a marathon, and it's not a few days sprint. So if anybody's getting a little bit edgy, the fact that they've paid for this trial and you know, for the last couple of days we haven't been trading, then I do apologize. But when we do resume with our robotic system, it's going to be better than it was previously. And I'm also at this moment in time setting up a full-time tech support team who are highly qualified IT engineers. I have no professional qualifications in IT, and if I can put this thing together, then imagine what fantastic support we're going to get from qualified IT engineers. And these are based in India. So their role is to connect people to the robot as quickly as they register. Their role is to connect to the server, to upgrade the server as and when it needs upgrading, make everything work on the robot, provide customer support by email. They all speak good English. And as I say, they're both hardworking and they're highly qualified and skilled. And that team is currently being trained at the moment, and we're going to bring that team on board and expand it as and when we need, as we grow on a global basis. So if you're just looking at this for the first time, I can only say that the timing is absolutely perfect, because to get to this point has taken me so far about 18 months. And, you know, you've seen a business and you've heard about the growth curve. Well, I can tell you from personal experience in this, I've been like this for about 18 months. We're just about to turn that growth curve somewhere like that, and eventually I'm expecting to go straight up like that somewhere, because the systems are in place. People will have undeniable proof that this is a fantastic business, and everybody's going to want to join this business. It's a bit like, don't like to make comparisons, it's a bit like the coronavirus. It's something you can't stop. I'm talking about coronavirus. You know, there's another reason why a home-based business is more popular today than ever, because people are reluctant to travel. They're reluctant to even go to an office or work in a factory. In fact, many of the factories, of course, as you know, in China, have been closing down to minimize the risk of the coronavirus. So the company that we're using now to host this webinar, which is Zoom, they're one of the companies who've seen their share value rise massively in January and February of this year, because in January and February of this year, they've actually registered more than 2.2 million accounts of people who want to use the benefits of Zoom, like we are doing right now. 2.2 million. And 2.2 million accounts which were registered in January and February is more than the accounts that they opened all the previous year. So all of these are indications that we're part of a trend. More and more people want to create income. You've got the retired people who's finding that their pensions are not sufficient. You've got the younger people who are not quite sure what type of career direction to take. You've got the people in the middle who are generally overworked and underpaid. And of course, all the time, people are wanting the benefits of a more comfortable lifestyle. And that's what this is all about. I'll just mention in passing that I'm originally from the UK, but I've now lived in Spain 21 years because I decided to leave the rat race. We all know that living in the rat race is part and parcel of modern day living, but I chose that it wasn't for me anymore. And I came to Spain, and for those of you who don't know me, I landed at Alicante Airport with £20 in my pocket. Now, why would I want to tell you that? Well, simply because, you know, £20 for most people is a terrible situation to find themselves in. But that was the situation I found myself in. But nevertheless, I didn't use it as an obstacle. I didn't use it as an excuse, because very, very shortly after that, I started my real estate business, believe it or not. And I quickly was employing 164 staff, became one of the largest and most successful in Spain. I was nominated by the Which magazine in the UK as the best property company in Spain, and running a multi-million-pound business, a millionaire lifestyle, spending upwards of £70,000 or £80,000 a week on marketing with 2 beautiful offices. In fact, my main office in Spain on the opening day, it was broadcast on live radio from 10 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. We had live entertainment all day. We had hot and cold food for everybody. We gave money for charity. We gave gifts and prizes. And we had 2,000 people attend just the opening of our office. So I know how to promote, I know how to market, but more importantly, I also know how to start with nothing. So wherever you are financially right now, let me tell you something. It's not about what you start with that matters. It's what you do with it that matters. And we've got a fantastic business with this, because we are typically at this moment in time growing people's accounts, not by 1% per day, but if you speak to some of our members, you'll find that we're growing their accounts by up to 4% or more per day. And I'm going to give you a little scenario that if you're able to grow using compound interest, let's say £5,000 by 1% per day, then well within 12 months, that £5,000 is going to grow into a 7-figure sum, over £1 million, if you can compound it on a daily basis by just 1%. And we're compounding our capital typically by 4% per day, which is even better. So my question to you is, if you're looking to create income, can you think of a business that you could start with anywhere from, let's say, £1,000 to maybe £5,000 or more, where you require no skill, no knowledge, and where it's all completely automated with no premises, no staff, no advertising? This is the perfect business. Many people have tried to make money online with affiliate marketing, but they don't have skills. They've tried to make money online with network marketing, but they don't like selling. With this, we don't have any selling to do. We don't have any recruiting to do. It really seems to be the perfect income for modern day living. It's completely passive. So that's a little bit about me. I've explained a little bit about this business, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to show you the ebook that I designed. And once we've done that, we're going to meet one or two of our members, and we're going to finish this webinar at 8 o'clock UK time. So that means we can wrap the whole thing up within an hour. And if anybody has any questions, I'm going to stay on the line after the webinar, so you can ask me personally. I believe in getting to know people as well as I possibly can, because business, in my opinion, is all about the quality of the communication with the person that you're doing business with. And so I try to build a good relationship with all the people I'm doing business with, and the future is looking really, really bright. So let me share the screen, and let me show you this ebook which I created. So if we go to the Facebook group, and if you haven't already been there, go to Trading for Profit 5-Day Challenge. Just type that in the search engine inside Facebook, Trading for Profit 5-Day Challenge. That's our private Facebook group. And you can go to announcements, click on the side menu here, and scroll down. And this is our ebook. So basically, all we have to do is click on the ebook, and it's a PDF. And we can enlarge it a little bit if you wish. And I put the ebook together based on my personal experience. I'm just going to read the income disclaimer, because this is important. And that is to say that this ebook contains the opinions and ideas of its author. Nothing in this ebook should be construed as investment advice, neither from the author or trading partners contained herein. Under no circumstances does the information in this content represent a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any security. Past performance, unique experiences, and past performances do not guarantee future results. So if you do choose to purchase, own, mine, or trade, only do so with what you can afford to lose, and do so at your own risk. And please read the remaining terms and conditions of independent affiliate / representative. So this ebook, as I mentioned, I put this together all based on my personal experiences, because I thought if I could put some 21 golden rules together, it will help people to become more profitable. But as I mentioned, you don't really need to read this ebook, because you don't need to know anything about the economy, you don't need to know anything about trading. All you need to know is how to register a trading account, and then you can have that account traded robotically, and then it will all be passive income. But I'll just scroll through this ebook. It talks about the challenges of trading. It's all about discipline. You need a strategy, and we always have a few losing trades, so it's all about accepting that fact as well, come to terms with that. But effectively, we're trading what we call the DAX and the Dow. The DAX is like a basket of shares. It represents the 30 largest, what am I trying to say? It's the basket of shares in Germany by market capitalization. So what sort of companies have we got in Germany? We've got Lufthansa. What else have we got? Heidelberg. What else can I say? Siemens, Volkswagen, Deutsche Telekom, Deutsche Post, Deutsche Bank, BMW, Bayer, BASF, and these the insurance company Allianz and Adidas. They're the members of the DAX. With the Dow, which is the indices of the 30 most valuable companies by market capitalization in the US, we've got people like 3M, the printing and the photocopy company, American Express, Apple, the Boeing company, Caterpillar, Chevron, Cisco Systems, Coca-Cola, ExxonMobil, Goldman Sachs, Home Depot, Intel, Johnson & Johnson, JP Morgan Chase, McDonald's Corporation, Microsoft, Nike, Pfizer, Procter & Gamble, what else? Verizon, Visa, Walgreens Boots Alliance, and Walt Disney. So, you know, many people would think that the sensible way to create wealth would be to buy shares in these companies. But we all kind of seen what's happened this last week or so, largely due to the coronavirus. The financial markets have lost something like $5 or $6 trillion. And, you know, if people are sitting on shares, those shares have fallen, you know, massively in value. And of course, if someone's just about to retire this week, suddenly they're going to find that their income is going to be massively reduced because of their exposure to the financial market. So we don't buy shares. We find it more profitable to speculate on the rise and fall of these indexes or these indices, because as long as we can be, our predictions are correct, then we can make profit, you know, and that's all the skill of trading. So this is all about trading signals, what they are, how they work, and this is where I start talking about my 21 golden rules. I start early. I set my alarm for 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm trading by 8 o'clock. I specialize on the DAX and the Dow. Most people who get involved with trading, you know, start trading everything that moves, which is commodities, oil, gold, currencies. They will trade the Japanese yen, the British pound, the American dollar, the Canadian dollar. And it's physically impossible to trade a whole variety of different instruments, which is why I specialize just on the DAX and the Dow. It soon allows me to create familiarity, and I start to have a sixth sense, if you like, as to what's really happening with those markets. So that's why I choose to specialize. It's always important to relax at all times. I have a daily income goal, and once I've achieved my daily income goal, I shut down my trading platform, because most people are guilty of over trading. And it's not about how many hours you're trading for, it's about how much income you make on a daily basis. And if you can create that income within 60 minutes, you don't have to be sat in front of your computer for 9 hours a day. And if people want to trade, I recommend they split it into 2 or 3 sessions a day. And to stay fresh, it's all about knowing what lot size to trade with, so you're not over trading and you're not under trading, and having an exit strategy, talking about losing trades, trading times. We don't trade overnight. We don't leave trades open, exposed to the market overnight. We generally close them during the daytime. We have a daily routine. We try to make it a pleasurable experience. And all these things are all part and parcel of what I call the 21 golden rules. Now, this is something called a black account. And people ask, what is a black account? Well, of course, the broker that we use, BD Swiss, they want to make money as well. So they charge a commission on every trade that we open. But they also have what we call a spread. And so therefore, it's basically a value between the opening price and the closing price. But that's very, very small. So on small accounts, they charge a commission for every trade. However, for anybody who wants to deposit a minimum of £5,000 or €5,000 or $5,000 into their live trading account, then BD Swiss will automatically upgrade their account to what we call a black account, and they will not have to pay any fees whatsoever on their trades. So for example, if someone was trading with a black account and each trade that they were opening was, let's say, three lots, and if I was trading 10 times a day, that's 30 lots. Each lot is about 150. It would cost you about 45 or 50 pounds a day in broker fees. Multiply that by 5, that's 250. That's £1,000 a month in broker fees if you've got a standard account trading with about 5,000. If you've got a black account, that's £1,000 in your pocket. So no broker fees whatsoever for those people who choose to have a black account. And we've got obviously people who are funding their account with 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 or more. But if you fund it with anything less than 15,000, there are no questions. You've got to complete all the documentation with BD Swiss. But anything more than 15,000, and you will be expected to prove the source of that deposit. So it's no problem, but BD Swiss are very compliant and they have certain rules and regulations that they have to abide by. Bit of psychology, that's important. There's a video showing my trading for 7 days. I think in 7 days I lost 1 trade. And this is why I introduce the robot. We've given the robot a name. We call the robot GLOBIT. And I talk here about trading signals versus our robotic copy trading service. And why do GLOBIT not provide trading signals anymore? Well, instead of trading signals, members of GLOBIT Wealth Academy receive our robotic copy trading service. So I'll just point out here, why is robotic copy trading preferred to trading signals? And it says, with previous experience of providing our members trading signals, we realized that many members were missing our signals due to their busy work, travel, or family commitments. However, our members never miss our trades that are instantly served by our robotic copy trading service. Here's a mention of our compensation plan. Building a team is completely optional, but it's very, very lucrative because you can receive between £50 and £75 per person for all those people that you refer to the GLOBIT Wealth Academy. It's what we call a 2-up pass-up system. You don't receive any commissions on the first 2, but if you were to refer, let's say, 7 people, then you're going to receive £50 a month on number 3, £50 a month on number 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 7 people, therefore, will give you an income of £250, which is going to pay all your subscription costs. And I say to people that I believe we've got a business here which is suitable for the mass market. It's a business with mass market appeal, because everybody that you know will talk about working too hard, working long hours, and most people would appreciate more income and more free time to enjoy themselves. So we have a product that will appeal to the mass market, and therefore that explains why some of our people have already referred 10 or 12 people to their team, directly speaking, I'm talking about, within perhaps the first 7 or 10 days of getting started. So that proves that we do have a business with mass appeal, and some of these people are going to be building a huge team. And to give you an example, if you had 1,000 people in your team, then you're going to receive upwards of £50,000 a month, because it's £50 per month minimum on every person in your team. And anybody who's got any networking experience will understand that building a network, many people have built teams of 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, even 100,000 or more. So the income from building a team is massive, and you're going to earn that commission every month. And in addition to that, you're going to receive your trading profits as well. So this is important. This is page 24. And if you're building a team, I would suggest that you use this ebook, because between pages 24 and 34, there are all the links that people need to get started, get registered, and make payment of their subscriptions. So on the first page here, you can click and register their BD Swiss account. It talks about what they have to do here on the right-hand side to get their account approved and verified. They'll need to upload a copy of their passport and a copy of their bank statement, for example, to prove their proof of address. But once they've done that, their account will be approved and verified within an hour, something like that, an hour or 2. And if you decide you want to make a withdrawal from your account, which I'm sure you will do, then your withdrawal request is normally approved within an hour or 2, and your withdrawal normally arrives within your bank within about 36 hours or so, maybe 2 days. They do talk in terms of taking 5 business days, but I can tell you from my personal experience, whenever I make a withdrawal, those funds are in my account within about 2 days. So it's a fantastic service that we get from BD Swiss. One of the first things I recommend people to do is click on this link here, because that's going to take them to our Facebook private group, where they can communicate with other members, and they can watch the units and video tutorials if they want to learn about trading. We've also got interesting posts here, and I would suggest you just explore the group just to get a feel about what it's all about. And how we're going to do is, once you've joined the group, is click on this to start your 15-day trial. So say it's £1 a day, and that's fantastic value, and that is your only risk, £15. After the 15 days, it's going to cost you an extra £90 for the following month, and then it's £180 per month thereafter. So I'll talk about that in just 2 seconds. So that's how to start your 15-day trial. As I say, it's just £15. So after making your payment, you need to fill out forms A and B. Let me show you what they look like. So click on form A. Very simple. You'll need to put your full name, your email, your phone number, your introducer's name, your introducer's username, and also you'll need to choose a username for yourself, and then click Start 15-day trial membership. Form B is very similar, and where was? That's right. Yeah, sorry about that. Form B. Here is where you're going to select whether you want to have your demo account traded with the robot, or do you want your live account traded with the robot. So if you want to just try it out on a demo account, just select demo, and you're going to complete all of this. And then when you want to trade your live account, you're going to come back to this form and you're going to fill it out a second time. And this time you're going to put you want your live account connected. So basic details: name, surname, email, country of residence. You're going to enter here that you've opened your BD Swiss account with the link that's in the ebook. That's important. And the account number of your BD Swiss account, your password, the server name. If you're not sure about that information, you can contact BD Swiss support. They'll provide that information. And we have two options here, either option 1 or option 2. Option 1 gives you a higher level of risk with exposure to higher profits and higher losses. Or you might go for option 2, which will give you a low level of risk with exposure to lower level of profits and losses. But either or, this option can potentially grow your account extremely quickly. But this option 2 will also grow your account very quickly also, provided, of course, we maintain our performance. And we've been producing about 40–45% per month since May, since we started keeping our records, which are held on a spreadsheet on our main website, which is globitwealthacademy.com. So that's forms A and B, and that talks about the robot. This explains the cost. So the first payment, of course, is the 15, but if you want to upgrade to the robot, it's going to cost you another 135, making a total of 150. So effectively, for those first 10 days, it's going to cost you £10 a day to have your robot account, to have your demo account traded with the robot. Okay. After that, you're going to have a second automatic payment, and that is £90. But if you want to have your account traded with the robot, then it's another 150. Okay, and then the third payment is a payment of £250 a month, which is £8.33 per day. Now, of course, any business has operating costs. This business is no different. But if you speak to some of our members, we do have members who've been earning over £1,000 a day, and they're more than happy to make that payment of £8.33 a day, or should I say £250 a month. One of the benefits of this system is the fact it doesn't matter whether you've got an account of £1,000 or whether you've got an account of £50,000 or £10,000, your payment of £250 a month is consistent, because quite often you can have your account professionally managed, and normally speaking, to have your account professionally managed, they would charge you what they call performance fees of either 20 or 30%. We don't charge any performance fees. We just charge you a fixed fee of £250 per month, and we give you a fantastic service, or we like to think so. And so, yeah, no performance fees, just a fixed fee per month, and you can make unlimited income and grow your capital at the same time. If you decide you want to commit to the robot service, whether it's on the demo or the live account, you're going to need to click the PayPal and make your payment of 135. You're going to have these 3 forms here, forms C, D, and E, and that really completes the registration. Now, some people come along and they will make a payment of £15 and do nothing else, and then start asking 10 questions, why they're not connected to the robot, when will they get connected to the robot. I would highly recommend, if you're going to do this, do make the payment, but do make sure you've completed forms A and B, and do make sure, of course, you've completed forms C, D, and E. And if you want the robot, make sure you've made a payment for that as well. So effectively, it's going to cost you £150, and you're going to need to fill out 5 forms. If you haven't completed 5 forms and you haven't paid £150, then your account will not be traded on the robotic system, and you're not going to get full benefit. So do ask yourself, have you made 2 payments, and have you completed those 5 forms? And did you use the link from the ebook to set up your BD Swiss account? If the answer is yes, then that's fantastic. That means you're good to go. And we have these webinars every day, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 o'clock UK time. So I'm now going to stop sharing the screen. I think you've heard enough about me now. And what I'd like to do is ask if there's anybody who has experience of the GLOBIT Wealth Academy, if they'd like to just speak out and share a quick 2-minute testimonial about where you're from, what your name is, what's your background, what caused you to get started, and what kind of experience you've had since you've got started. Is there anybody who would like to step forward and just give a short testimonial in the interest of our new people who might be looking at this for the first time? Because you've heard my testimonial, I can't give you any more. Happy to. So Ron Palmer, okay, thank you, Ron. Is there anybody else? Just put your
hi,
name.
Malcolm.
Hello, Steve. Let's listen to Steve. I'll come back to you in a second, Ron.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, just a second. Spotlight, Steve. I appreciate that, Steve. So go ahead.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been involved since the 5th of February. Started off manually trading, which, as you say, wasn't ideal for everybody, especially if you've got work commitments, you're driving. So I actually only took 2 days manual trading. I had to work the rest. And then luckily, the robotic trading was launched on the 10th, so I came on board with that. And it's been going fabulous ever since, really. 49% growth, which is amazing. I've got a black account, and I could show you here if it came up. Yeah, 49%. Let's have a look. I might have to put the date in again, because you get you can see everything on your. I don't know if you can see that there.
Yeah. Of course, you can point out, of course, that everybody who has their accounts traded robotically, whether it's a demo account or a live account, will have access to their own private control panel. So if you're kind enough to share your control panel, Steve, they can see what they're going to be able to access.
Probably easier if I do that. So yeah, you have access to your control panel. So this is the control panel between Malcolm's master account and your BD Swiss account. And here, if I go to trade history, you can see all of the trades that Malcolm, the winners.
You're not sharing the screen there, Rob, Steve.
Sorry?
If you just click the green icon at the bottom of the screen, then we can see your screen.
Ah, yes.
Put your mouse on the screen and click the green icon.
Make it expand. There we go.
Not seeing anything at the moment.
Nothing at the moment?
If you put your mouse on the screen, move it down to, there we go. And also, if you can move the videos from the right-hand side out of the way, that's perfect. Because you can drag those videos out of the way, then we can see those amounts.
Are you okay now?
Yeah, that's perfect. Stevie's basically showing you access to his control panel, and your control panel will look no different. And your control panel, it makes no difference if you're testing out your demo account or your live account. Now, this happens to be Steve's live account, and you'll see that we've got a pink one at the top, and that means it closed at a loss. And the green ones, they all closed in profit. So if we look across the right-hand side, the top one there actually closed on the 26th of February at a loss of £85.43. Now, you might think you wouldn't want to lose £85.43 in one day, but all those trades below, they were also on the same day, all on the 26th. So the previous one made him £69.34. The one before that, £65.53. £60.62, or is that £80.62? £80, I think it is. £80.62. The one below is £50.45.
Yeah.
Yep. So we've got £60.87, £99.48, £69.31, £65.52, £60.52, £80, sorry, 52.
Yeah.
We're not reading this twice, are we, Steve? No.
No.
£46.65, £48.17, £160.14, £45.54, and finally £176.19. Now you can see that those trades were with either 8 lots or 9 lots, and I think at the time, Steve. Well, that was what he was trading on his account, but I think how much did you fund your account with, Steve?
5 initially, and then a couple of days later, within a couple of days, I think I put it up to 10,000.
Okay.
In fact, you can see if I press that, we get an MT4, so everything comes out on the computer, or on your phone rather.
Okay, that's excellent. 4,953.
So there it is, and I've withdrawn £100 just to open up the gateway to make sure I've got all my paperwork in place.
Okay.
So that if I want to withdraw 5,000, which I have done, and I put it into another account within BD Swiss. Yeah, it's all working as it should.
Okay, so you found that with your £10,000 account that whilst we've been trading on the robot, you've been typically making about, is it 1,000 a day, something like that?
It has been, yes, yeah.
Okay, of course. Yeah, I'd like to thank you for that, Steve.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for that, Steve. Yeah, so that's what Steve's been making on his account. Of course, past performance is no future guarantee of future success, but I've been keeping results now on a spreadsheet on my website, which is GLOBIT Wealth Academy, since May, and we've been averaging about 40–45% per month. So, it's not a flash in the pan. My trading is consistent, and that's what I would expect on a daily basis. Now, some of our members have got accounts with 5,000. What I'd like to do is have a chat with Ron. Ron's very excited about his results, and Ron's got a smaller account, but he's got a vision of what's going to be happening to his account in due course as we start to compound his account. So let's have a word with Ron.
Yeah, hello everyone. I started at a similar time to Steve with my business partner Gail, so the account's in her name, so I can't share anything, but I've got no reason to lie. I think we started with 1,000, we then upped it to about 1,300. Our first trading day was last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, where we showed a profit of 344 quid. On the Monday, it was about 90. On the Tuesday, we made 110. And the last day before poor Malcolm had these hiccups on the pot, we showed a profit of £199. So all of those profits were net of a broker fee. So for argument's sake, the 199 quid was in essence a profit of about 240. So our plan is we've dug away, because both of us have been through the mill financially, otherwise we'd have done the same as Steve. We'd have lumped in. The first thing you need to do, as Malcolm said, is to get your black account. So we've nicked and borrowed and bitten, and I'll put in 200, and Gail's found a little bit, and we've drawn it out of this and put it into that. And we're now up to 2,500. Now I know on 4 or 5% that when Steve says 4%, we believe that to be quite a conservative estimate. I know by the end of March, our 2,500 will be inching towards 5,000. But it's the first thing we intend to do is to, of course, make it a black account. And I like it. I mean, I'm sure there are some people on the call who want to mess out and they want to know about signals and they want to know about pips. I'm a 74-year young granddad, and I'm a wind-up watch living in a digital world. I don't want to know all about that. All I want to know is I wake up in the morning, and after I've had breakfast and my first coffee fix, I get to know how much we made during the day. And I don't think it gets much easier than that, guys.
No, fantastic that, Ron. And as I mentioned, it's not how much you start with that matters, it's what you do with it that matters. And Ron's got a great attitude, always enthusiastic, always positive. And Ron was telling me that I think he's recruited something like 12 people in the last 10 days, which is testament to his commitment and his enthusiasm and his work ethics, but also proves that this is a product which appeals to the mass market, because typically in these network marketing type businesses, you know, people can take months and months and months to be able to refer somebody, and then they typically drop out because they can't replicate it, they can't sell, and they realize they're selling overpriced products. So with this, we've got no tangible product. We've got a product which appeals to everybody, and whether it's Steve, who's making passive income on a daily basis, or Ron making passive income on a daily basis, they're both making passive income, but they're both looking at building big teams and earning those commissions. Now, in a few weeks' time, we're going to have some very sophisticated software added to the system. So all our members will have private login access to their dashboard, where they'll be able to track what we call the genealogy of their teams, whether their team has tens of people, hundreds of people, or thousands of people around the world, and it will show all the incomes that they've been paid and all their pending commissions, and it will also provide them with receipts and invoices for all the payments that they make to the business. So it's a full accounting system and gives them access and information to their business on a 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week basis. So I think you see from what I explained about my background, I'm quite happy to start small in anything, but I believe in perfecting a business until it becomes almost perfect and then dominating the market. I did in the real estate market, and I believe I'm going to do that in this business. So if we do have a few hiccups, if we do have a few hurdles, we're going to get over those, because I've been having hiccups and hurdles for the last 18 months since I started this business. And I can see that every day is getting easier, getting better. Once we get the tech team in place this week, that means the robot's going to be looked after professionally. Once we get the tracking system in place, that means all the commissions are going to be taken care of. I'm not going to be giving any trading signals anymore, so I don't have to worry about those. All I've got to do on a daily basis is oversee everything, trade as normal, and keep everybody happy. So my future is looking very exciting. You can have an exciting future as well. I'm going to introduce you to Ronal. I think he'd like to say a few words. Ronal's got a professional background as well. And I think Ronal is equally excited about what he can do with this business. So over to you, Ronal, based in near Nottingham, I think, somewhere.
Yep. Hi, everyone. My name's Ronal. My background is a mixture of insurance, IT, training and bid management and sales, run my own business and what have you. Found out about this business and the system just around about the middle of February. I understood what the power of it was, because I've been involved in something like this before. But the previous business that I was involved in before, you sent your money away, you couldn't see your account, you couldn't withdraw it straight away, you had to wait, and they promised you an amount every single month. The guaranteed, I think it was 8% at the time. And the thing I like about this is you have got control of your account, you can see your money, you get all the profits. Yes, you got to pay for the service. My first trades went in on the 21st. We've had 4 days worth of trading. Yeah, there's a challenge with the bot, but no doubt that's going to get sorted out. And in our first 4 days, having a black account, because you've got to start, I just thought, if I'm going to go in, I'm going to start with a black account. First 4 days, produced over 18%. And in money terms, it was over £879. It would have been more, but I took out £200 at the beginning just to make sure that the system worked. But essentially, we're looking at nearly £1,000 in 4 days, which I just find incredible because I've been involved in other introductory type businesses and never have I won that amount of income in 4 short days. So yeah, Malcolm, keep up the good work. Let's get over this hiccup with the bot, and yeah, there'll be massive growth coming this way from here.
Yes, thank you, Ronald. I'll just mention whilst you're on there, you've also with your partner built up a property portfolio, haven't you, of buy-to-let properties? And we all know that buy-to-let became very, very fashionable and still is fashionable. But those people who've got experience of the buy-to-let market also understand that it's very cash intensive. It takes a lot of money to be able to buy these properties. You've got to be able to buy the right properties. You've got to be able to refurbish them at the right price. You've got to be able to find the right tenants. You've got to hope that those tenants pay the rent, because if they don't, that's a loss again. And yet that became very, very popular. So you imagine that you can create a similar income, if not much, much better, without those responsibilities and without those challenges. And people like Ronald are realizing that, you know, perhaps this is probably a more current business and a more profitable business. Is that what you would agree with?
I would say that it's going to be a lot less hassle, and it's going to be a lot less cash intensive because it's going to be more income than outgoings.
Yeah, that's about it. Thanks, Ronald. Thank you.
No problem.
And of course, talking about property is great, but it's only an asset when you can realize it, and that's when you can sell it. If you can't sell your property, it's nothing but a liability. And when you put money into this business, as we've said, you can make a withdrawal, and that money will be within your account within 2 days. So it's a very, very liquid business where you can create huge capital growth, and that you've got access to your capital at all times, and your money is always completely safe. If there's anybody else that'd like to have a few words, I think that's about it, really. We've had some nice testimonials there. I'm going to give people, I'm going to give one lucky person a chance to ask me one particular question, just so that we can have one question. But then I'm going to close the call in about 5 minutes, or 3 minutes, in fact, and I'm going to remain online for questions afterwards. Is there anybody that wants to ask a question whilst we're currently recording the call?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, who's got the question?
It's Clive Bond calling.
Yes, Clive.
I've been invited by Ronell. I'm brand new. I haven't even used the service. I've not registered or anything like that. I only heard about it literally.
Do you have a camera, Clive?
Yeah, let me see if this has it.
See,
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Very nice, very nice. Are you in Nottingham, or whereabouts are you based, Clive?
Would you believe I'm in Brussels in Belgium?
That's fantastic.
Okay.
I say fantastic. I'll tell you it's not quite fantastic. Are you living in Belgium or what?
I am currently located in Belgium, living and working here, but everything I have is in the UK. Fantastic. So don't worry about registration and things of that nature. I've already been through this with Ronell. But my question for you is quite simple. What top tip would you give to someone who's looking to do this for the first time?
It's a good question. I like that question. This is a nice question to round off this webinar. What's the top tip that I would give people who are just getting started? Well, first of all, I would say don't get tempted to do any personal trading. Okay? Trading always looks easier than what it is in reality. Trading is actually highly risky, and most people lose money when trading. So I would say don't get tempted to do any personal trading. What else would I suggest? Only trade with what you can afford to lose. It is a business. The other thing I would recommend is that you take out your 15-day trial for £15 and upgrade to the robot immediately, so that well, you don't have to, but you can either trade your demo account or your live account. But that's up to you to decide. You know, do you want real money or do you just want practice money? And there are 5 forms to fill out. So I would suggest, you know, make the 2 payments, fill out the 5 forms, sit back and relax.
Can't hear you, Clive. Can't hear you.
I can't hear Clive.
Can't hear you.
Just a second. I'll sort his microphone.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Right.
Well, those suggestions sound right down my street. Sit back and relax is about the pace I'm willing to go at right now.
yeah. But you know, it's like people have a bit of knowledge and then they start to not interfere because it is their money. But that particularly happened when we were doing these trading signals. People started to question my judgment and all this kind of thing. But no, that's my best advice. Make 2 payments, fill out 5 forms, sit back and relax, and just take an active interest and log into your control panel every day and see how much you've made.
Yep, that can work.
All right. But I look forward to seeing you again, Clive.
Yeah, sure. And I can give you the weather report from this side of the world.
Yes, I'm sure you can. And I'm pleased that you've got a bank account in the UK and an address presumably in the UK.
Yeah, I still got everything as if I'm still living there.
Okay, because for those people who don't know, BD Swiss have got clients in over 160 countries, but they don't do business in the US and they don't do business in Belgium. But if Clive has got a UK address and a UK bank account, then he can do business and live in Belgium at the same time. So thanks for the question, Clive. And with that being said, I'm going to stop recording. Thank you for attending today. These webinars are 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to stay on the line now for any further questions, but the recording is now finishing. Thank you.
Okay.